All right, I will be calling the Village of Cross Plains Finance Advisory and Enhancement Committee to order on February 7th, 2024. Roll call, please.
Tim Hillebrand.
Here.
Deb Keller.
Here.
Jed Henry. Michael Polmakowski.
Here.
John Brandt. Jay Lingfeld.
Here. All right, we're on to public comment. This is an opportunity for anyone to address the Finance Advisory Enhancement Committee. Please observe the time limit of 3 minutes while the Finance Advisory and Enhancement Committee encourages input from residents. It may not discuss or act on any issue that is not duly noticed on the agenda. Have anybody?
Nope.
Nobody here. It's going to go to reports. Committee chairperson, I have nothing besides what we're gonna be. Okay, committee members, I guess, and then finance.
Nothing. I'll just share that we wrapped up our audit field work a few weeks ago. No issues that we know of, like usual. So we're good. The auditor, he was telling me they've always have an intern. He's like, oh, we always start with you guys because even though you're big, you're always clean. So I'm like,
boy, this is the
Yeah.
second time we've had the comment. Even Paul says we're the gold standard compared to all the other.
yeah, our attorney told us that today.
Yeah,
Mine's like the gold
he uses us as an example for how we do business and how our
Right, ordinances, yeah.
You know, legal stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a cool thing to know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I said to him, I bet you say that to everybody. Right here in
Yeah.
Columbus,
Uh-huh.
we're saying,
Yeah.
no.
Makes everybody feel good.
Yeah. All right, we'll go to general business. Discussion and possible approval of the January 3rd, 2024 Finance Advisory Enhancement Committee minutes. I have a motion.
Motion to, I wasn't at the meeting, I don't know if you can.
It would be better if someone.
Second.
Okay, so we got a motion by Tim, second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, same. So moved. All right, so we're at the discussion regarding review and analysis of Cross Plains EMS structure administration. So I just want to give you the big battle plan to start with. So we are getting pretty close to summarizing the other districts that we looked at. I'm going to throw together a memo that'll be from our committee to the board with the findings. I'm going to try to get that done. I was hoping to get it done tomorrow. Get it out to you guys. Get your comments and feedback as soon as possible. But when you do it, don't hit reply all, because I don't want to walk in quorum. Hit them just to me. I'll try to put something together, and then we can do two options. One, I was thinking we can meet again February 24th, 21st, move our March meeting to February 21st. That way we can get it approved for the board meeting. Or you can, we can do it where everybody says, yeah, it looks good, and then I just move it forward from that. Yeah. I don't know what's people's feeling on that to start with.
I can come on the 21st, you said?
Yes, 2 weeks from today.
Yeah, I can do that.
That should be.
Does that work?
If I'm not here, I can.
2 men, okay.
I'll be able to zoom in, yeah.
I'd like it to have a meeting, so it's, tied to a minutes.
Right.
So that would be my preference. But I really wanted to get it to the board at the February board meeting because of timeline. So can we put that in? And we'll move our March meeting to February 21st to confirm the memo for this. So right now, I guess we need your report back from Mount Horeb. Dad is not here. He was gonna do District 1, so I will call him. See if there's anything different, so when I do it, but my plan is. Opening just the background, why we did it, blah, blah, blah. And then using these, basically the 6 functions and. Subs, just do a summary of what we're finding that is basically from the district. So,
Question, since I missed the first meeting that
Sure.
came up with. So spent some time looking at the EMS contract that now exists, the one you posted.
yeah.
Have we gone through the route of making, explain, instead of starting new. Enforcing what we already have, like that. Bobby said that she couldn't find any agendas or meeting minutes and going through the dispute method of this instead of just starting from scratch.
We're not starting from scratch.
Or trying to change this deal.
Well, that is something we definitely will be trying to do, is modify it.
Right, but wouldn't the first step to be is to actually enforce this of. Going through these, making them accountable for what this document says. And going through what part of it, 457, doing a dispute of the agreement.
Well, first of all, the problem is there aren't disputes. The difference is we're getting outvoted.
I don't think we need to worry about enforcement. Well, I think we just should try to turn the document into what we want to turn it into. Who cares about what it.
Well,
And then we're gonna worry about enforcing that.
Yeah,
okay, but if you're not enforcing what is here, how?
Well, tell me what we're not enforcing.
Okay, let's start the small. All this stuff is supposed to be public record. Are there public records?
I think if you.
Yes, there are. If you do an open records request, I have gotten everything I needed when I did that investigation.
Okay,
The problem is they're not on a website.
And I don't know if by law.
No, absolutely not. They have to be,
They have to be available upon request.
yes,
and is there a secretary or treasurer for it?
yes.
How do you
I mean, I
find that
remember-
person's contact information?
You would probably have to call the chair of that or the chief.
Okay, cause if you look at their website, they don't even specify who the chair.
Yeah, the website is terrible. I agree with you, but that's not a requirement. They're following it. I can tell you,
Okay.
Mike Dotz is the treasurer and Dave Laufenberg is the secretary.
Okay, and they've been doing the things like making sure that everything over $5,000 has been getting all the
Yes.
correct signatures.
Yep, that is all happening.
Okay.
Yeah, I went through that. There's nothing the only thing that I don't know we have, and now I'm thinking we might, is I don't think we bond. I think it's in there that the treasurer has to be bonded. I don't think we
Yes.
do that. But we are finding that Erica, 10 months before the incidents happened, she took insurance, and Holly thinks we might get reimbursed for the losses through insurance. That hasn't been 100% confirmed, but that's the last email. But that's the only thing, when I went through that, is I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure,
It
I've
is-
never heard that, but maybe our insurance does bond the
Well,
treasurer.
it should be bonded by, licensed to do business, but I can't imagine that somebody cooking the books qualifies as. A thing you can get your money back for, cause.
Well, it depends.
I think there's
If-
fraud.
Yeah, there is, if we have that coverage. For sure, a standard one would be under the if someone came into there, stole it, then you have it under the property part of your insurance. But she thinks that's it. She said she talked to the insurance company, so we're just gonna have to wait and see it, and then I'll have to contact the DA's office, because I filled out the victim, impact statement, and I asked for restitution. But if we get paid by insurance, then the insurance becomes the person that gets it. So I gotta keep track of that and let people know, but that, otherwise, I've read that numerous times, and quite frankly, if you read that, it's really pretty general.
Yeah.
It's not as detailed as the fire. It's much more general, but I don't think that's our task right now. Our task is looking at how other,
Yes, but having something to compare to what they're doing and if it is being done correctly, because there's no point in creating something new if the old could be done better, so, if they were not doing what is in the current one, making a new one is just another thing for them to ignore.
I think Michael hit it. What we're gonna do is try to modify some of the stuff that's in there, make it a better system.
And then once
Yes,
it's approved, then you go in and you enforce it. 'Cause you
Right,
know when it
correct.
fits. Do that.
it's not an enforcement problem. That's not the,
I don't think we need it. I mean, no offense, I still think we need it. Backwards. We're enforcing all this stuff. We're trying to do something totally different. And I don't think a lot of that is really all that far out of compliance. To be too worried.
If you say so.
okay, so what I'd like to do is I'm gonna go through these categories. And I'll give you kind of a summary of what I have right now, and you can tell me if Mount Horeb does it different. So, all the ones, and I'm pretty sure Mount Horeb's gonna be it, uses population to break down. There's just been nothing that has changed on that, okay? Now, the voting of the board, everybody that has a system where you have jurisdictions together as a partnership, what I would consider a true district, they have it where one vote per jurisdiction.
Or the village.
Everybody else has to. Yeah, I like where it is. I just kind of power review agreements and stuff.
Oh, no, good. How many jurisdictions are in there?
7. Or no,
No, there are 8 total.
8 total.
Yeah.
No.
So there are 8, there are 8 districts because on the board there are 9.
Okay.
There's 2.
9 districts.
No, there's 8 districts, but there's 9.
Okay.
All
right.
I was trying to figure out the numbers. I was like, I gotta count that twice. I'm like,
All
why
right,
does this seem weird? or
very good.
Well, really, I was thinking of that as.
Yeah, that would make, that's some,
Otherwise, you die or you die.
okay, well, that's interesting, but that's definitely a different. Huh?
Their terms expired in terms of one from or odd years. For full higher.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's kind of what we do too. Yeah, stagger them. Okay. All right, good. So, on that, the next, just so the other ones where there are commissions and stuff, they do this, kind of do similar, but like Middleton, everybody gets one. And then they add a paramedic and they add the medical director. But they're a commission and they basically, the 2 other jurisdictions just have. Yeah, okay, they're not a,
They
and that, no, they're not a true like,
So Middleton just decides what can.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have like an EMS.
it's called a commission and they look at policy, recommend things.
Now, does that have to go to the city council for approval? or-
Yes.
Oh, it does.
It goes right through, and that's how Sun Prairie is with the 3 that, where Marshall broke out and went to Sun Prairie. So all the checks and balances through the city. Yeah. All right, so, board powers. The ones that, we looked at that are like us, they have the same power. I said they make decisions, they vote on. They're not advisory. they're actually empowered to.
Right. Yeah, I read it. They're all kind of blurred together, it's kind of power, but I'm.
Well, I know,
That's why it was weird, I didn't write down anything.
yeah, now, but Mount Horeb is advisory. They make recommendations to.
Right, and even in the Mount Horeb one, I think it said in order for their budget to be approved, you need 7 of the 8 municipalities to approve the
Oh,
board. Is that what that said in there?
He's a very good show, that's the recommendation, that's the section. Adoption of joint department.
Yeah.
Or so not people.
Yeah, it has to go back to each one of the towns.
okay, that's very different.
Boards to get 7 of 8. And there was something weird, we were talking about the Wanakiwa, like, didn't that have to go back and?
No, I checked, I mean, I did, but I called the chief.
Wasn't we thinking that
Yes.
something that had to go back and Wanaki had like final say or something?
Yeah, but no, that's the annual meeting. Paul
Yeah,
Burbidge, he says, no, we do it just like you. Everybody gets a vote, they vote on it, and majority.
just at the EMS meeting.
Yes,
And then.
then they go back to their boards, just like
And,
us.
and they just get told this is how much you have to pay the EMS.
Yes, but now what they're doing, because Wanakee,
Wanaki supporting.
right, and they're, some of the people are getting like us, or they're getting a little tired. So they've hired an attorney, try to go in and negotiate things with these other jurisdictions to lessen their power or increase their. That's kind of how they're doing it, and they're using kind of the, I don't want to say threat, they're using the thing, hey, we'll just pair up with Middleton. Or work with Middleton. So I mean, that's kind of what they're looking at right now, but they're in the same boat.
We don't.
No, I was hoping that it was,
Standing veto.
No.
Wanaki.
No.
Also doesn't.
no,
Doesn't have a lot to do with what. Like, way in the president.
it is, but you can, I mean, the entity can decide how they want to do things. Right?
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't say they're not required to take all these tasks. They can. Yeah, oh, you mean then we have to follow? Oh, yeah. Yeah, because we agree to do that. Now, like I say, in fire, we changed that, Cameron was able to go to it needs a 2/3 vote versus a simple majority. So you can change the rules with it. All right, well, that's good. Okay, administrative function, the actual accounting and budgeting.
I'm gonna do that now. Well,
Okay, yeah, that wouldn't be in the agreement. That you'd have to talk with the or.
and you know what's really interesting, I don't hear this about, I mean, one. I asked this, Jenny, and Jim Wick, acting chief. Luncheon with our.
Really?
Listen, what are you hiding this? Now I'm asking what you mean,
Public,
I know, for some reason, there's a, well, there's a lot going on, this,
but you were with Mount Horeb, right?
but I had an opportunity to see him, and I know when Jed said he was coming. Meeting.
Oh, so that's when you talk. Okay.
Yeah. Tell you that. I just hired your new chief, I'm gonna hire. Deputy chief.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Well, just sort of a side note, I was told that Black Earth. Black Earth had their own road work. That's what. I have. On that.
Yeah. All right, so then, that would also go to HR. They didn't talk about HR.
No, no, it's just.
Okay.
Size.
Okay, okay. How about, payroll? Do they just use like, they handle their own payroll like ISOL or something?
In the contract,
What's that?
I don't know if it's in the actual.
No, it wouldn't be. That part's not usually in it. It would be just how they do it. So like, it falls on our chief firm to do it. Wanakee, he has a really good relationship with, the administrator and the finance director of Wanakee. So that's kind of where he gets all his help, but he's really much farther ahead because he's got an interesting story. Do you know, yeah, Scott Russell, right? He was, I guess, a paramedic. And then he didn't really work for him, so he went back to school and got a finance and accounting degree. And then he applied for the job, got that. So he has the finance background and budgeting and stuff. But he says even now, he just automatically goes and calls the Wanakee administrator or finance if he has questions or needs help. And they have it now. They hired a deputy chief, and then the two of them do the two signing. So they're into a double sign.
Yeah, it looks like from that email, like, one of them will go in and enter in the budget and the other one will go and check it, like if I.
Yeah.
From the email that I forwarded you, did you
Yes.
actually read the email where?
Yes, I did. Yep. And that's where I got his number and stuff, and I called him and I just said, hey, I got some follow-up. Yeah. Well, okay, I'll tell you what, I think I have enough here. This was good with Mount Horn, because it does show some variety, some other options there, so. We can do that, and I'll try to call. Yeah, to see if he's had any luck. Yeah,
Maybe you don't have to do chief in place, maybe that's, his name is. I don't.
when you, I guess I didn't see, did you read District One's agreement? Was that one of them or no?
Just real, it was on the website. I read
On
it.
their website?
No,
No, it's on ours, it's on that thing that
when I-
Bobby has in the packet of where all the documents.
Oh, I guess okay,
That's where I just kind of.
all right.
When did we get it?
Jed emailed it to me. Mhm.
Okay, well, then I'll read that and that'll help.
That's the contract, there's the employee book up there, are those the only two documents that you got?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, good. Well, I'll read it. I guess I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I know, I think theirs was based on population cost.
Yeah.
It didn't say anything groundbreaking, I don't remember.
No, but I just wanna make sure that cause I'm pretty sure it's gonna fit in with these other ones.
Yeah. As I was reading them, I'm like, man, these are like, look like they're all just carbon copies.
Sure they were.
The same document, except the weird 7 days thing that it's on over, I was like, okay, different, like.
Yeah. Okay.
That was one of the only thing that's, out of power rating, that was the only thing that I really found was all that. And that Mount Horeb had 2 reps.
Right.
Oh, this is good.
And then 7/8, but that one was pretty.
But then you got some.
Yeah.
It's, Mount Horton's got a good. They kind of do. Fire and EMS. I mean, the input on numbers, being, should the work for them.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, it sounds like Mount Horeb is a little different in the sense of budgeting because it goes back to the boards before it's final.
I think.
That's a key thing.
Now,
Let's go back to words.
Thought that it said 7/8 of the municipal boards have to approve the EMS budget.
Yeah,
Right, but that's,
Meaning
they're all
like-
sitting here at the table. They're being, they're representing them.
Not if it says board, if it says municipality, usually in the definitions that equals the rep.
Yes, but
If it says municipal boards, then that's going back to the board.
yeah, see, it says. Adoption of the joint department budget shall require approval by at least 7 of the 8.
So it says. So medical, they set their goals, they come back, represent this will board. Operation and adoptions.
Okay, That's a change.
Before that, this is for fire and emergency medical services needs.
And
Needs
that's
to their
exactly what
recycling.
it's They do have to go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And they're bigger, they have a lot of people, supposed to, yeah.
yeah, the problem is we have four and,
But that's saying 7 and 8, that even means though that if Mount Horeb is the one paying the majority, all the other 7 other ones can approve it. And Mount
Right.
Horeb still
no,
have to
yeah,
pay
right.
whatever they did, and they just have to pay the max amount, so it's not like a way of.
No, because for us, the other three, I'm usually the only no.
Right, and so like, if you, I
You
mean, if
still
you
get,
did something, 2 of the 3 have to approve, or you're just in
Yeah.
the same,
That's true.
same.
You're right, because a
Bucket
2-2 would not pass, because that's a tie. That's a failure. So that's where we're at right now.
So if you did a 2-3, it would be like, Berrien Town Cross Plains would approve, and the village doesn't have.
Well, we have four. We have four in, there's 4 in the EMS.
Oh, I keep thinking of
Fire, right,
That's the
fire.
only one.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
fire is 3 and EMS is 4.
But on fire. Right, so you could have. there's
Not
three-
anymore, it's 2/3.
Have 3 members on village for the 7, fire,
Yep,
there's 2 that know, like.
that's true.
They-
And the other way around, if, a lot of times. Town of Berry only has 2. So then,
Because.
They wouldn't get it. yeah. I mean, it's a little bit, yeah, I know, but it's a little bit better than a super majority. All right, this is good. So we're gonna put something out. We'll re-meet on February 21st. And I'll put the sign on then, that'll be our March meeting. Well, you get ready by then?
I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, you asked to be put on the agenda.
Oh, you want that for the February, okay.
Now, I was thinking I was going crazy.
Well, okay, yeah, I guess I thought I was being like this stuff there. Oh, that's stuff for the February.
Yeah, I'm just asking because I was planning to put it in the March, but we're moving the March
Yes.
one to February.
I don't know, that I don't know, it has to go to.
Okay.
It's not gonna
Okay,
turn all the signs I'm brewing, already put them on. It's
yeah.
not put up another.
No, right, I just wanted, I told you that I would put it at the next one, so
No,
the next one's moved up to the
it's
21st.
not like a huge deal that
Okay,
it's.
is there, and did you have something you wanted on? I have to go back to my notes.
I was looking more, for what our next things are gonna be on how about.
Well, I am guessing, and this is just a guess, we'll see how February's meeting. This will definitely come back to us once we have a plan or where we move for a cost analysis. This is what I consider the research part, and we'll see what the board wants to go with it. And we'll see if the board goes in any direction, then we'll have to do a cost analysis and an implementation plan.
So, what about 20?
I mean, we could send them out. I don't think there's much on there if I remember.
for 2024.
Yeah.
So we're replacing 2 squad cars, a police server. Just a
Architects.
regular road.
There's some
Yeah.
truck, there are like 2 trucks.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like, isn't there like the big giant truck thing, cause like. No. And there's another truck for the public.
Yeah, I don't remember this weekend.
I would like the trucks to be reviewed, cause we saw that previously, that the way they were doing it was just going to. Was it? Or
We
Well-
did re-educate department heads on the purchasing policy.
So.
Okay, we can review the purchasing process. But the board has already approved the item, so I don't want us to get in conflict. Yes, so that has been approved by the people who approve it. I do believe we could play a role in helping with the actual purchase process.
I strangely know a guy who knows an amazing amount of fleet vehicle information.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, because I don't remember in the final one, they had to get 3 quotes, but at one time we had it coming back here for review. But that wasn't required or.
No, we changed the
We did
policy,
change
didn't
it,
we?
yes, yeah.
No.
Cause it's 3 bids, but they also have to check the state,
State price.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, isn't it 3 bids or check the state pricing?
If you
I-
check the state pricing and you're going with that, you don't need 3 bids.
Right, that's how
Right, see, and
Yeah.
that's, and then I know at one time it had read that. It would come back here for, but I think we got rid of that. It doesn't have to come back.
Right.
for the
no,
review.
no,
But we could request.
I
it to
think
look at it after. the
I think it
fact.
says we'll look at it
Like
after.
to make sure that it
Yeah.
actually did it.
oh, yeah,
Yes.
we can do that, yes,
But it doesn't have to come to us for them to buy it. They can buy it if they meet the policy, but we can review that they did the policy.
correct, we can ask, what process
Or
did you
you
use?
just, like, Bobby, would be like, hey, can you bring the documents? Just-
And I created a form.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
yeah, so I think we're good there, but we can certainly.
I should resend that out to everyone and remind them they're starting in a habit stuff.
we should discuss forms at some time. I could tell you a program you might wanna get.
Well, that would be good, cause this form, did that come from our committee?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought, yeah,
It has like state, that's a 30.
Yeah, cause like with the chief buying the police cars, you know, he just says state pricings. Or
Yeah.
he's not gonna have any bids.
Right.
or anything.
There's a good reason to go to state pricing. I mean, it's fine in both. so-
Yeah.
But the only concern I would have with buying vehicles is I know the wait list. Same for special.
They are.
vehicles.
and the chief told us that,
Yeah,
we're not gonna see them until next year, right?
if we're lucky.
Yeah, that's what I thought,
This fall, like late fall or something.
late fall or next
Yeah.
year. He reported that once, that, yeah, and if you wanted a hybrid, you'd be waiting 2 years.
And trucks are even worse.
Is that right?
The big heavy duty trucks, yes.
So, well, I know for the fire vehicle, that's what, 3 years now? They're supposed to be delivered this week, right? Yeah, that's what he said today, right, Justin?
Right, and it was on its way up here and they started having electrical issues or something.
Yeah,
Well, at least they had electrical issues before you signed off on it.
so you're absolutely right, there is huge delays now that.
Yeah, so I don't know if that. Something you guys can take into consideration that even though it's, going to be for a 2025 capital budget. Getting a
Well, the
waiting
nice thing
list.
about capital, you can approve it in 24, cause that is a set thing, and even if you can't get it to 25. Usually of 18 months, I think, is the accounting, yeah,
And they can, they have.
I think it's in the 2025.
yeah, because,
They weren't thinking to get that one, the Cuba City.
Yeah.
order.
yeah.
Yep.
But I think you're right, I mean, that was ordered, Cuba City ordered that a while back, but it's taking. Yeah,
There are some very odd things that post-COVID are very difficult to.
yeah,
And then. On the flip side, for older stuff, because they had to all the factories. Started doing less. For old equipment, you can't get parts for anymore, cause they're out now.
yeah, well, yes, we have definitely felt that.
I feel that every day at work.
All right, so then it'll be probably another short meeting then. If someone has something, let me know and we can throw it on. But I don't think anybody's really started, well, I shouldn't say that. We have it out for RFQ. For the architect, and that closes the Friday after. Valentine's Day, so. I think we have interviews set up. I wanna say for the 23rd and 20th.
This work. I didn't work. First, through the.
What?
Yeah, but they're doing, isn't that police, fire?
Separate police.
Must,
Be with it, yes, I may have missed,
no, I guess it depends if they do their evidence storage, maybe.
or training or whatever, who knows?
Yeah, I have not seen their, I have not seen, I do remember it was an awful high price. Well, Madison is. Madison is doing a new South District, that one is not even 15 years old, but the mayor wants that whole block. For redevelopment,
Versus cell
it's right on Hughes Place,
phone. Oh.
right by the mall,
It's gonna be-
right near McDonald's there, right behind McDonald's.
That's a pretty small.
Yeah, I know, but that's not the reason, it's that the mayor wants that. So what they're gonna do is tear down the old town of Madison. Put the South District in a new evidence facility there, and it's like something like $96 million. And the building is in good shape, I mean, we're gonna tear down a really nice building. They already sold the fire station to MATC for $1. And where we are, it'll be the fire station down below and housing up on top.
Interesting.
That's kind of how they do it in big cities.
Yeah. And like, down, how's that way? Down,
Oh, is it?
yeah, didn't know that, that's all rented. And.
Oh, I know that. But anyways, it's gonna be pretty interesting. Madison's definitely becoming a big city. We're doing that.
But, how big are, how's it do?
I'm hoping it stays within that 4.5 to 5.5. We'll see. You know, there's so many variables right now.
Story or what?
Well, 2-story basement, first floor. Kind of like this one.
The less house like, the more office.
Yes,
Hopefully.
well, we'll get input from this, I'm hoping to have, an annual community meeting in April, and I'm hoping. That the architects, at least there, can have pictures of different designs. And then different, exteriors, and then people can go through, we'll have little, that they want, to look like the red brick of the
Prairie
fire.
style,
Or
yeah.
prairie, or modern. And then you want metal, do you want field stone, do you want brick, get some input from the community.
In the pool, or is that something we?
There too, we'll see, what I'm letting them do, that's left at, they have their report. I sent it back to their committee to do this, now they may ask us to help with that. And then, we will, I just didn't wanna grab it from them, cause again, it's so undecided yet. We got a feasibility and we got some pictures and this and, but after that, it's just. We don't know where it's gonna be located necessarily, you don't know if it's gonna be, what amenities is it gonna have, what? Is it gonna be saltwater based, or is it gonna be chemical, all this stuff, it's just so much of it. Where I think we would probably, get the capital. Or kind of to be simple, it's gonna be more the operating, are we gonna need more staff? But there's the efficiency of this stuff is, does saltwater base cost more money to run than chemical? What do you do in the winter time? I mean, these are the, cause a lot of those saltwater based ones are indoor pools, I don't know if you can use them for outdoor. But some people tell me,
You can. and-
yeah, I don't know, do you drain it totally then?
No, I think, was
Yeah,
And it doesn't freeze during the winter?
I never asked that.
the salt will keep.
Well, but yeah,
Just-
Yeah,
Sure,
it-
I just.
there's so many questions that it's just way too early, I think, for us to get involved. Now, Michael's got a good start on it, he's done a spreadsheet, but I think we just gotta wait for things to form a little bit. And then there's the whole talk, can that be under the CDA?
I did some research.
Oh, you did?
And, cause Brian Mooney here sent me a link to the CDA website.
Yeah,
And it kind of talked about, oh, it can be used for, village halls and fire stations, like things that are essential, health clinics to the community. Fairgrounds, it said, but then there was like I said, it could be used to build a kind of a fairground. It was really weird. Then there was a link over to the actual federal law, so I bounced on that one over there, was power reading that. There was a line explicitly in there that said, these funds cannot be used for recreational facilities.
Oh,
Federal law, it said,
Recreational
that's
facility?
the swimming pool, said they cannot, that those funds
Ah,
cannot be used.
well,
That's what I found. I'm assuming it was the same document, but it was reading like, cause then it said it cannot be used for, and then when I read that, I was like, yeah, I don't think it's gonna come.
okay,
So it means you can't use it to build a baseball diamond, you can't use the pool, you can't use gymnasiums. Those they don't consider essential
okay.
community
Well, that's good to know.
buildings.
I mean, that, I have no idea.
I mean, I'm not an expert, but
Yeah.
that reading, I was like, nah, I don't.
And it was a link from the other link.
Yeah, it was to the federal law, but in that one page it said what it could be used for. It never said it could be used to build gyms and pools.
Right,
That
right,
wasn't on
right.
there.
Gotcha.
Other document specifically says can't be used for.
Okay.
So they kind of, so I was like, I don't think,
Okay, well, that's,
but I'm not an expert. I mean,
right, we just have to wait and see.
But the initial read is
Well,
like,
wait, see, that's part of it, I guess. My soapbox, I just find over the years, buildings. Going into somebody else. I put that report and they show a crack. Like that, why don't we fix it? They talk about there's a 2-inch split. Flat building. You're done, remember, tear out a 4x6 in front of the first and raise it up and solve it. There's so many things that can be done. The fence for the swim team, they put that themselves, doesn't, link it and handshake.
Discussing this.
Well, yeah, I guess it's not on the agenda, but anyways, let's,
I mean, it's,
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about these things before we're going to.
this is.
Yeah, but I-
Virginia.
yeah, and the thing is, it's too early. It's just way too early for this. Let's just give these guys some time to digest what the experts, and then I think we'll get involved, but that's a good point. So if you have a future agenda item, send it to me, we'll get it there. So right now, we're at adjournment. Okay? Do I have a motion for adjournment?
Motion to adjourn.
All right, do I have a second? All right, I have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much for coming. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Yep, and I will try to get it out tomorrow. Be my priority when I get up. Expect at least in the afternoon, not right away in the